Start the introduction and read.
One of the hallmarks of the modern Pentecostal movement is its belief in present day miracles. Furthermore, not only is Pentecostalism marked by its belief in miracles in our day, but also numerous witnesses testify that God has worked miraculously in their behalf.
That's one of the hallmarks of the Pentecostal movement. It's belief in miracles. They happened then, and they still happen. How many believe in miracles? How many seen miracles and knew that they were miracles? Amen. That is the hallmark of the Pentecostal church. Read, listen.
Evidence of God's miraculous power exists all around us. It would be a great liability to the church to believe that God no longer performs miracles in our time.
What did that say? That's kind of scary, isn't it? What did he say? Read that again.
It would be a great liability to the church to believe that God no longer performs miracles in our time.
That didn't sound right, does it? Sound kind of funny, didn't it? But you know what he's saying? It would be a great liability to the church. Liability is the state of being liable. See, we're liable for healing. That's what he's saying. It would be a great asset today to say that God no longer heals and just go on and forget it. Because, see, that's what people are doing. Rather than doing what it takes to get people healed, it would be a liability to just say God don't heal no more and go on. That's what he's talking about. But he does. And miracles do exist. And we got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. But see, people now, some Pentecostals said God just, that healing, that was back in that day. Right. So that's what he's talking about. It'll be a lot of business just say he don't heal no more. So we won't have to do what it takes to get a healing. But yes, we do. And yes, he does. Okay, read.
This lesson focuses on 3 miracles that Jesus performed on the Sabbath.
Now here, they was talking about, because Jesus healed on the Sabbath. 6 days man's supposed to work. Back then, 6 days man's supposed to work. The 7th day, man ain't supposed to do no work. Do you hear me? Man ain't supposed to do no work. Now I'm going to tell you. No work. On the Sabbath, you ain't supposed to do no work. That's what the Pharisees said. Now, healing was a work. So when Jesus healed the woman, he did 6 healings on the Sabbath. Jesus was wrong. That's what they say. He was wrong. You supposed to left that woman in the state she was in until the next day. What this lesson is telling us, what it's talking about, we can be too involved with the order of the church until we forget the real purpose of the church. We can be so involved, and y'all, I want all y'all to take a deep breath, because this lesson is on us this morning. It's on the pastor and me. So y'all just take a deep breath and say, woo, finally. I hear you. I see you. Come on, take a deep breath and say, finally. It's all for us. It's on them. This lesson is, we can be so involved in the rules of the church, we forget the real purpose of the church. Okay. They was more involved in, on the Sabbath day, you don't do no work until people needed healing. And they got mad at Jesus because he healed them on the Sabbath day. You weren't supposed to do that. They weren't concerned about what. See, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. They were so engrossed on what the rules were. They wanted to make themselves look good. And this book was telling us about Pentecostal leaders, the pastors, the co-pastors, Pentecostal leaders. You can be so engrossed on the rules of the church. Ooh, y'all take a deep breath. I'm so glad it's on y'all this morning. We can be so engrossed on the rules of the church till we get the real purpose. For instance, I'm going to give y'all a good for instance. You remember I told y'all about we are not supposed to go around bare-legged. We're not supposed to come to church bare-legged. Now, if we were dogmatic, somebody come in here bare-legged, we would tell you couldn't come in here bare-legged. That's wrong. If you ain't got no stocking, you come to church. I ain't trying to keep you out the church. You ain't got no stocking. You come to church. See, that would be wrong. Another thing, people come in here with pants on. We don't wear pants. We don't wear jewelry. We stop them. Don't do nothing for them. They wanted to look big. See, they said, leaders, you have to be careful. We can become lords over God's heritage. We want to look good. We want to look big. It's getting us this morning. That's what that's talking about. Don't be so hooked on the rules and you forget the reason. Jesus came to heal, to deliver, to set free. That woman needed healing. Those people needed healing. And he healed them on that day. And he did it for this purpose, to let them know. The Sabbath was made, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Okay, now let me show you something. I remember when this thing first got, when I was a little girl, on Sunday you don't do no work. And so somebody was saying, you can't iron on Sunday morning. They told us you couldn't iron on Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. And you heard it too, didn't you? You couldn't iron on Sunday morning. So you couldn't, you had to, and back in the day, people used to cook meals Saturday night for Sunday morning. Because actually they said you weren't supposed to iron, you weren't supposed to cook, you ain't supposed to do nothing on Sundays. Now I'm telling you, we were brought up in that. Ooh, what'd you say? Oh, okay. But Jesus was showing up. Jesus was showing, he wanted to show them something. When he did that miracle, well, let's read. Okay. Read, sister.
He endured much criticism from the Pharisees for his actions because of his breaking of their law. In their eyes, the letter of the law had risen to such a level that they had forgotten its intent.
So you can be so stuck on the letter, you forget the intent. And that's the Pentecostals, that's what they say about us. But don't worry, it's going to straighten it out. It's going to straighten it out. It's going to straighten it out. It's going to tell you, oh, yeah, the church still have its rules. Right. And they going to be there. They supposed to be there. Right. But yet and still, we supposed to be able to. And just like, okay, fast days. Okay. No, fast day. Don't eat. Somebody is sick. Somebody have to take, that caused them to have to eat a little bit. We'd rather kill them than let them eat on the fast day. That's wrong. That's wrong. We're more involved about what the church stands for than the people. Our concern is you. That's what we got to be involved with. You being healed, you being delivered, or whatever. See, we can get too dogmatic with this thing. Okay. Come on, sister, finish.
So feverishly did they defend the law that it had become their master rather than their servant.
It was their master rather than their servant. They didn't care about the people. They just wanted to look good. They just want to look good. And that's why they used to fast and they used to pray out in the open. They made long prayers so they can look good. So they can look good. This ain't about looking good. This ain't about looking good. And pastors can get puffed up. I got a great congregation.